Hey everyone, it's Connor from Koyfin here. We recently unveiled reports functionality inside of Koyfin, which allows you to create reports for client proposals, compare portfolios versus funds or other portfolios, and we also have reports exist in other areas of Koyfin, such as in fund, snapshots, our new client portfolios feature, and of course, model portfolios. Today, I want to show you the workflow of reports and break it down for you. So here I'm in the model portfolios section on the left-hand side here. We'll focus on models and I'll show you a few other ways you can use reports later as well. This is the home page, which is comprised of all of my models. And if I want to create a report on any of these models, all I have to do is press create report up here in the top right-hand side. I can also click the dots on the table as well to create a report from there. But I'm going to press create report. So there's a few things going on here. You can see some templates. These two are ones that we have created for you. These green ones are user templates, and I'll talk about those in just a second. But first, we're going to get right into it and create one from scratch. Initially, you'll choose the primary portfolio, and then you can optionally choose a portfolio of fund to compare it to. So I'm going to search for one of my portfolios, which is Global Diversified Portfolio. It's a model. And then I'm going to compare that against another model I have, which is called Model of Models. Now, depending on what the report is for, you can choose how these portfolios or funds are labeled in the report. So this dropdown will allow you to name it Proposed Portfolio, Just Portfolio, or as named, we'll call it Global Diversified Portfolio. So for now, I'm going to click as named on these two. In the secondary portfolio or fund, you can choose to call it benchmark if you wish. I'm going to hit next now, and we have some more information here. So I can create a title. You can put in a client name if you wish. Prepared by will default to your name, but you can also change that if you like. And then the start date will be based on the portfolio start date. So for this one, it's July 31st, 2019, but I can change that if I want to. At this point, you can also upload a logo as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I opted to just put a Koyfin logo here. So now I'm going to go next. So this is the screen that you edit and personalize your report. We have on the left-hand side a bunch of pages. And at the top here, we have three tabs: pages, details, and style. So details will take you back to that screen that we saw in the two-step process. You can edit those things here, such as the name. You can change the primary and secondary portfolio as well, and the start date. In style, you can change different styles for your cover. You can alter the logo, and you can also match the color styling of the report based on your brand color if you have a hex code there, or you can just find it in this picker. And you have various different options if you don't use hex as well. So going back to the pages, you can see that you have things like comparison summary, which will break down the fees and performance. You have holdings summary, which will show you the top holdings as well as some pie charts. Equity exposure gives you the style box, sectoral, and region exposure. We have fixed income here, which gives you some more information. Performance will break down the total return by calendar year, as well as the trailing total return with CAGRs included. And the performance chart is a line chart of the start date to current date. You also have pages for risk, which shows you stress tests and drawdowns. The number of stress tests you have will be dependent on the start date of the portfolio. So if this start date was 1993, there would be a lot more stress tests populated here. Stock X-ray will show you the top holdings of your primary portfolio. We have quantitative metrics there as well, which compare against the benchmark. And this disclosures page gives you the explanation for a lot of the exhibits that you'll be seeing in the report. You can customize this if you want to add your own disclosures. And to do so, you would press this customize button and you would insert your own text there. Alternatively, you can also add notes to this page as well. If we scroll up to the top of these 13 pages, you have a notes box here, which you can customize, add a bunch of text to, create a new title. And when you save those changes, you'll have that as a new page inside of the report, which you can place in any position. And you can create as many notes pages as you like. The pages can be reordered and hidden in the way that makes the most sense to you. So if we're presenting an equity-only portfolio, this fixed income exposure, let's pretend this didn't have a lot of information on it. If we don't want that, we can hide it here so that it won't show up in the report. Alternatively, if we thought fixed income was relevant, but not as relevant as the equity exposure, we could drag the page down so that the order would be in a different place. When you're happy with your report, you can click Create Report in the bottom right-hand side. This will then open up a window for you to examine the report as a PDF, and you can save it as a PDF or print it, depending on your preference. And if we scroll down here, we can see we have a nice high resolution version of all of the different exhibits that we've chosen to display, including our notes page there, which in this case is irrelevant. When you're happy with that, you just press save and it will print off as a PDF. And it will look something like this. So I've now opened this in a PDF viewer. I've saved this. I can send this. I can print this. And that's that. Now we can discuss templates. So if you have a particular way that you like to construct a report, maybe one is a client proposal, one is how you would send something to a client that gives an overview of their current portfolio. When you make your configurations in the left-hand side, you can then save these as a template. So I'm going to call this one proposal template, and now I'm going to save this as a new template. So instead of having to reconstruct this every time I come into reports, I can just pick that from scratch. So let's click out of this window and let's open up another portfolio. So let's take this equity US small cap portfolio. And let's say I want to create a report on this. All I have to do in this instance is now scroll down through my templates. I can see I have that saved proposal template. We can open that up, go through the stages, and everything will be in the same order with the same notes and disclosures that I had in that template previously. If at any point you want to remove one of these templates, you can do so by clicking the trash can item here, and that will delete that permanently from your Koyfin terminal. If you want to share a template, for example, this one is PRIPS. So let's quickly show you what that is. Let's open it up. I've created, using the notes feature, an investment policy statement. It just breaks down a little bit of how me as an advisor tends to manage your money. Investing policy statements are often boilerplate, so they can be applied to a number of different reports across clients. I've taken the time to type this out and I've saved it as a template. So if I have other members on my team that need to use this report template, what I can do is come to this template here, press this share button, and now I'm going to be able to send this to individuals. So typing in their Koyfin registered email address, or alternatively, I can create a team inside of Koyfin and share it to the whole team at once. Giving the team viewer access means they can access the report and use it as they wish. Giving the team editor access means that the changes they make in this template will be reflected to everyone else that has this report. And at any time, you can revoke access as well. To create a team inside of Koyfin, you would do so by clicking on Account Profile here, and we have a Teams function here that will let you set up a team inside of Koyfin. So that's the crux of how reports work inside of Koyfin. You'll find those everywhere in the model portfolio windows. You'll be able to create a report. If you also come down to the fund snapshots, so I'm going to type in SPY here on the left-hand side. I'm going to pull up the SPY. If I open up any snapshot for that fund, you also have a create report function there as well. And by hitting that, you can see that we have a fund template for you. You'll also have your own templates. When you click into that fund template, the default selection is the fund that you're filtered on. We can also add QQQ in there if we like. You can add models in this window as well. This is simply another entry point. I'm going to hit next. We can fill this information in, and this template structures it in a slightly different way, but equally has the same capabilities as all of the other reports. You'll also have reports in our new client portfolios feature as well, which allows you to import your clients' portfolios from a custodian. Right now we support Schwab, and you'll have the same UI as we do with my portfolio. The difference between model and client is that model are based on allocations. Typically they're for proposal purposes. They're synthetic portfolios. Client portfolios focuses more on quantities, cost per share, and real money P&L. That just about does it for this video. As always, you can reach out to us in the comments section below. Our help desk is help@koyfin.com. We are at Koyfin Charts across all of our socials. Until next time, thank you.